Hello everyone, welcome back to this house of fashion. Hope you have a wonderful day. Today's episode is going to be on how to cut this lovely simple dress. You can see is a combination of the half cut and a flip that make a dress when you combine it together, and it also have a band at the waistline. Making use of 3 yards of this fabric to cut it out. So the first thing I'll be cutting out here is going to be the half cut. So I'll be deducting 16 inches out here, but I'll make use of 15 inches because I'm still going to add a band to it, 2 inches of band at the waistline. So I'll make use of 15 inches. No, by the time I stitch it up, stitch it down to the flare, is going to deduct from that 15 inches. So the 15 inches is with the seam allowance. So by the time I join everything, I'll be left with 16 inches, even though I added my bands to it. So let me cut it out now. Then after cutting it, I'll be folding it into four places. Then I'll be leaving my zip allowance at the back. The reason I'm cutting it like this because I can cut it. There are some fabric that you can't cut like this, so you have to test before cutting it this way. So let me fold this into four now. So this is into four places. I did not deduct a zip allowance at the back because it's just a small allowance that I need. So I'll be adding the allowance at the bust and the waist measurements, so that by the time I cut the back into two, then I deduct that 1 inch away. It's not going to affect the measurement. After taking the length of the sleeve with the shoulder slant, I'll be taking the length of the sleeve now. So I'm using 9 inches here. Yes, 9 inches. Then I'm going to trace it back, from here. I'm making use of 10 inches. Don't forget, there's a there is shoulder slant at the front here, so that is why I'm making use of 10 inches at the back, then 9 inches at the front because of the shoulder slant. So at that point, I'm going to take my bust measurements to be 40 inches. So but instead of 10, I'm making use of 11 inches, so that is 44 inches. That is with the same allowance already. So here is the bust line. Then I'll come down to the waist now and take the waist measurement of 8 inches. That is 32 inches. So I'll be adding a seam allowance here separately, which is 1.5 inches. Here is it. Then I'm going to connect them together. I'm going to connect it together like this, then I will now cut it out. I'll cut it out. You can see it now. So here the half cut. Then I'll go to the shoulder and take the slant from the center of both back and front to the 1 inch. You can see the way I'm cutting it to the 1 inch of shoulder slant is cut together with the sleeve. Then I will now take the neckline. It depends on how wide you want your necklines to be. So the wideness of the neckline, I'll be making use of 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches for the wideness of the neck. I don't want it to be too wide. Then the deepness at the back, I'll make use of 1.5. Then connect it together. Then I'll cut it. Before I cannot take one away, then we cut out the front neckline. You can see. So the front neckline now. So I'll go down with let me say 2 inches, then connect it. So 2 inches plus 1.5 inches, that means is 3.5 inches. So if you want your own to be lower than that, you can do that. This is not constant. The next thing to do here is to divide the back. But before I will divide the back, I can see the sleeve has not been divided already. So that is why I want to divide this side. The way I folded it, you can fold your fabric in such a way that it's not going to have this folding part at the sleeve line, but it was the way I folded mine that make me to have that. So I cannot fold it into two. I'm talking about the back. Fold it into two, then divide the back. No, I told you there's going to be a zip that is going to pass through the back. It's a fitted. So I'll be dividing it into two this way. So after the division, the next thing I'm going to take here is the wideness of the zip allowance, so I don't want it to be too wide. That's why I want to take it at initial, and then I'm going to notch it. Can see I'm just going to make use of half inch. I told you half inch. But if you know your zip allowance is going to be more than half inch, you have to fold your fabric in such a way that it's going to have a zip allowance at initial, so that it's not going to affect, and you must have enough fabric for that, you understand? So that is the area. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to cut out the down part. So I'll be folding my down part into four. This is the mini fabric. I'll fold it into two first, then into four like a triangle. Then let me fold it out now and show it to you. So this is after the folding. The next thing here is to take the necessary measurement. From this point, I'm going to take 14 inches. That's the point at which I'm going to take my wideness of the waist. So I'm using 14 inches. And if I say that the 14 inches is not going to give me the wideness of the waist, I'm going to go down to 15. But let me check first. You know, what we needed is 32 inches, and what we're having here is 36 inches. That is 9, so it's okay. Because of the seam allowance, I'm going to use the remaining fabric for the seam allowance, and I can also use this to make a pleat at the waistline, so it's okay for me. So from this point now, I'm going to take the 16 inches up and take the length of my dress to be 50 inches. The 50 inches here is with the seam allowance, so let me check that round. So after taking the 50 inches round, the next thing I'm going to do here is to make the cuttings. So I'm going to cut it now. Then cut it at the down parts too. So we have done with the cutting of the down part exit. So we're going to join the upper part to it, which is the half cut. And don't forget, we don't have to cut out our sleeve here, because the half cut is cut together with the sleeve, and it's going to have a band also. It has a band at the waistline, and it also have turn up at the sleeve line. So that's all what I'm going to do here. Here is my band. Let me show it to you. This is 5 inches band. When I fold it into two, I'll be left with 2.5 inches. So that's what I'm going to use to join my the half cut and the skirts together. And there's going to be band at the sleeve, just to make the sleeve longer a little bit. So let me go and join everything together and show it to you. Welcome back. Here the finished work so far. This is after joining everything together. This is the band at the sleeve line. You can see how beautiful this turns to. You can see they got together with the sleeve. I told you this is the band, and this is the excess at the flay. I used to make a pleat at the center, a kiss pleat at the center of the half cut. You can see it now. You can see how beautiful this particular dress turns to. So at the center here, I'm going to make use of button. Put my button at just tag it at the center to make a design. And here is the back. You can see how the back is. You can see this is my zip allowance. It's not going to affect it, like I told you. And you can also leave your zip allowance at the beginning. If you're watching for the first time, what are you waiting for? Just have to subscribe to my channel for more amazing tutorials. And for those people that already subscribed, I really appreciate you guys for watching my video. Always see you in my next tutorial. Bye.